What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. For this video I have a highly requested camera comparison between the brand new Huawei P40 Pro and the P30 Pro, so last year's flagship. As always I have a bunch of daytime pictures and of course I've also included some portrait mode pictures, some pictures taken with the telephoto lens, some pictures taken with the ultra-wide lenses. I also have a bunch of sample videos, daytime and nighttime sample videos, some nighttime pictures, and of course for nighttime pictures I've used the night modes on both devices. And lastly, some selfies. As always, all the pictures are taken about a second apart from each other and both devices are set on auto mode. And with that being said, I want to start by checking out some daytime pictures and more specifically some portrait mode pictures. Alright, so portrait mode pictures. Well, the biggest change here has to do with the colors. So the colors aren't as saturated on the pictures taken by the P40 Pro as they are on the P30 Pro. So now the P40 Pro has way more realistic colors, and I kind of like the way the portrait mode pictures look now when compared to the pictures taken by the P30 Pro, because they do look just as I was seeing them with my own eyes. Now the edge detection is somewhat better on the P40 Pro, but definitely not that big of a difference. So for portrait mode pictures, of course, the P40 Pro does better. Moving on to some zoom pictures. So for zoom pictures I've used the 5x optical zoom because they both have that lens. And looking at these pictures, once again, the colors are the biggest change, because all the colors that we get from the pictures taken by the P40 Pro are more realistic and way closer to reality. Now, looking at those pictures very closely, I mean, if you crop in on some of those pictures, maybe the pictures taken by the P40 Pro are a bit sharper, but not that big of a difference. So the biggest change for pictures taken with the telephoto lens are definitely the colors. Aside from that, they do look somewhat similar. And we are moving on to pictures taken with the ultra-wide lenses. So the first thing I've noticed is the fact that the Huawei P30 Pro has a wider field of view. But then when you look at those pictures, the colors in the pictures taken by the P30 Pro are way too oversaturated. So I would say that every single picture taken with the ultra-wide lens on the back of the P40 Pro does look better. The pictures do seem sharper, the colors are better, everything about those pictures taken with the ultra-wide lens are better from the P40 Pro, in my opinion. Now, if you do like those crazy saturated colors, of course, you're probably gonna prefer the pictures from the P30 Pro, but definitely not me. Alright, and we are moving on to regular pictures. So the trend continues. The colors in pretty much every single picture are more accurate from the pictures taken by the Huawei P40 Pro. I've also noticed that the dynamic range in a lot of those pictures taken by the P40 Pro is better. So that's also an improvement. As for picture sharpness, they do seem fairly similar. So definitely let me know what you guys think about the P40 Pro and the P30 Pro for daytime pictures. And I think I have a few more pictures for you to see, and I'll be right back. And as you've seen for yourself, there is a pretty big difference for those daytime pictures between the P40 Pro and the P30 Pro. But honestly, I think that they could just push an update to the P30 Pro and make the pictures look very close to what we are getting from the P40 Pro, if they want to, obviously. Alright, and we are moving on to nighttime pictures. Well, for nighttime pictures, I have to say that I was surprised. So pretty much every single picture that I took with the P30 Pro looks brighter. And if you actually look at those pictures closer, the pictures taken by the P30 Pro are also cleaner, so they don't have as much noise as we see in some of the pictures taken by the P40 Pro. So I was quite surprised. Now, I'm assuming that they didn't want to make those pictures look like daytime anymore, so that's why the pictures are a bit darker taken by the P40 Pro. But personally, I think I prefer the nighttime pictures taken by the P30 Pro. So what do you guys think? Do you prefer the P30 Pro for nighttime pictures or the P40 Pro? For me, I don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure I like the ones taken by the P30 Pro. So I have a few more pictures that I want you to see and I will be right back. And we are moving on to video recordings. For video recordings, once again, the colors from the P40 Pro have been improved. The video stabilization is also better and also the dynamic range. So the video quality has pretty much improved in every single way from the P30 Pro. Now for sound quality, even though the P30 Pro sounds a bit louder, I feel that the P40 Pro does cancel other sounds aside from your voice better than this one. So I'll let you guys check out some sample videos. I have some daytime and nighttime sample videos, and check out the massive difference that we have for nighttime videos when using the ultra wide lens. So let's check those out. This is a quick video recording between the Huawei P30 Pro and the Huawei P40 Pro. I'm currently recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. I'm using the main lenses on the back of these two devices. So I'm gonna pan right here. And back left. And I'll walk towards the sun. So this is how a recording between the P30 Pro and the P40 Pro would look like if you're using the main lenses on the back of these two devices. For our next recording, I am using the ultra-wide lenses on the back of the P30 Pro and the back of the P40 Pro, obviously. And as you can probably see for yourself, I am walking fairly slow. So I'm gonna keep going till we get here, and here I'm gonna pan left slowly, and back right. So this is how recording done with the ultra wide lenses on the back of the P30 and the P40 Pro would look like. Next we have a quick recording done with the front-facing cameras on the P30 Pro and of course the P40 Pro. Now the P40 Pro we can actually record in 4K with the front-facing camera, where with the P30 Pro we can only do 1080p. So I'm gonna go walking for a bit so you can see which device stabilizes the image a bit better. But since the P30 Pro can do 4K, it's obviously gonna be better, more clear and so on. So this is how recording down the front-facing cameras would look like. This is a quick video test between the Huawei P30 Pro and the P40 Pro. I'm currently recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. I'm also using the ultra-wide lenses on the back of these two devices. And as you can probably see for yourself, I am walking slowly. So this is how recording between these two devices would look like at night. And for our second video recording in low light, I'm using the main lenses on the back of the P30 Pro and the P40 Pro. And as you can probably see for yourself, I am walking slowly. So I'm gonna stop here for a second. I'll pan up and left and back right. Of course, we have more light this time around. So this is how recording done with the P30 Pro and the P40 Pro would look like at night. And lastly, we are moving on to selfies. Well, for selfies, of course, the daytime selfies are a bit better from the Huawei P40 Pro, but not that massive of a difference. As for the nighttime selfies, yes, they are better, they are sharper and more clear, but overall not a crazy difference for selfies. Not as crazy as we've seen for some other pictures taken with the rear cameras. So I personally believe that Huawei could actually send an update and make the P30 Pro take very similar pictures with the P40 Pro. But what do you guys think? As for this one, well, I was kind of expecting a bit more from the nighttime pictures. I get that they're trying to make the night pictures look more like night pictures, but I don't know. I kind of prefer the way the P30 Pro does nighttime pictures. So definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, don't forget to press that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.